on the ground. Oh, okay.
There we go.
Wow, Neil did a great job. And this is where they're backing up here, I guess.
Okay.
Does he have a...
His eyes seem to be closed. His arms are
spread out.
Stomach.
He's on his stomach on the ground, but that is the point where they were backing up. And it's interesting that they are backing up, Adam, and perhaps that he was threatening that he had some sort of a weapon on him. His hand, doesn't appear to be anything in his hand.
Nothing?
No, doesn't appear to be anything in his hand.
This is unbelievable.
And this again happening just moments ago. Adam, are you still with us?
I'm still with you at one point, and again, this is just what I heard from police. I can't go on the record.
No.
We're watching the guy.
We're watching. He's laying on the ground.
Some jogging pants with a stripe up along the side, brown hair.
To Laurel Street. They crossed the school and goes into Laurel Street.
Okay, and what did you experience tonight?
Well, I had heard, first I heard a loud explosion type sound, and then just a mass of police cars heading down Montgomery Street, but there were so many I couldn't tell which direction they were going. And then about half an hour ago, I heard a couple of sirens on my street, so I came out to check, and there were like 20, 25 police cars. And now, the end of Montgomery Street, that Spruce, is blocked off. I'm hearing a helicopter coming overhead, and police are telling people coming out of their houses to go back in. They don't want to be here, and anybody who has no business on the street to just leave.
I want to give folks a reference to where you are, Greg, if I'm not mistaken. You say you're on Spruce Street, and it looks like Spruce Street runs into School Street, and then it becomes Laurel Street on the opposite side of School Street.
So, yes, and then a short distance from there, it goes into Dexter House.
Exactly. So where you are, it looks like it's a very short distance to where this initial takedown took place at Laurel and Dexter Streets in Watertown.
Yes, it's very close.
Did you hear the gunshots? Did you experience personally the gunshots?
I did hear them from my window.
Right.
And I was watching the MIT news coverage, and then a short time later I heard gunshots off from my window, and I didn't think they were related. I thought that there was something else, but then I kept on watching the news, and then all this doesn't happen.
Well, let me just be clear, Greg. We do not know if these
There's the
incidents
helicopter
are related.
he's talking about, by the way. That's the helicopter.
There's the helicopter you were just talking about. We have not connected the dots between the MIT incident and this incident. However, they have all happened within a relatively close proximity of one another in terms of distance and as well as timing this evening.
Well, Greg, thank you. You are safe. That is the most important thing, right?
Yes, I am safe, and my street seems to be safe, and everybody is inside and not creating any kind of commotion.
Well,
I just want to leave our affiliate WHDH there for a moment. You saw the gunman there, flat on his face on the road, surrounded by police. I want to go to our CNN photojournalist, Gabe Ramirez, who is there at the scene. Gabe, tell us what you have been able to witness at this point.
Hey, I'm in Watertown, near the corner of Dexter and trying to say near the corner. I'm sorry, I'm getting Quindy. And we rolled up here about 10 minutes ago. I did, and police were in a standoff with the vehicle just down the hill. They all had their weapons drawn. As soon as I could hear their orders to him to strip down all his clothes. He was ordered out of the vehicle, and he was placed under arrest. He was put into a Boston police vehicle. There are multiple agencies here from Watertown, Newton, and State Police. And I overheard Police Chief Linsky, who was on the scene, say that the second suspect was in custody, and they needed a positive ID. So that's what I have here now. I'm sorry, I apologize for this quite chaotic scene right now, as you can imagine.
Totally understand, Gabe. So just to clarify there, basically you say both suspects there at MIT are in custody. Has any link...
No, I'm in Watertown.
Right, okay.
One of the suspects involved in the police shooting here this evening was taken into custody now. The implication from police here is that possibly one of the two suspects that they have been looking for, they have not been clear on that point, obviously, That is the implication. We don't know.
Okay, so they have made that link. What gives you the feeling that that person, that suspect, is linked to the Boston bombing?
The man that I placed in the car matches a general description of the suspects they are looking for. However, we have no idea who these men are for sure. But this is what the police have been using. The police was quite a chaotic scene. Police were yelling at each other back and forth across the street. The radio chatter. So all of this. Right now, there's just a lot of confusion. But the suspect was ordered to strip his clothes. It was quite tense. Once the suspect surrendered, they moved him fully undressed into a police vehicle.
He was fully undressed. He was told to remove his clothing?
Yes, correct.
Right, and do you, going by the images you have seen, did he appear more like the suspect 1 or suspect 2 of the images that the FBI released?
Of course, the typical, exactly what they look for.
More resembled suspect 1. She was a darker skinned individual, and he was fully dressed and put into a police vehicle. Showed that our police chief was on the scene. They had a suspect, and they needed a positive ID. Now that's all I heard, and that's all I at this point.
All right, CNN photojournalist Gabe Ramirez, they're telling us that at this point we understand that one of the suspects, we're going to just call him the MIT gunman suspect. We're not going to make this link to the Boston Marathon bombing at this point until we get some sort of official confirmation on that. At this point, we understand that suspect was told to remove his clothing and was taken in custody.